Shabbat Shalom and greetings to you all. A year ago I had the privilege of being in Jerusalem working on a thesis for the last few months of a special master's degree in Jewish education. I got to know experts in amazing fields, and I was fortunate to spend some time with a great group of students, some of whom were known as the reindeer. I met some wonderful people. I studied with some brilliant minds. I worked on new ways to understand and interpret biblical characters. I saw some amazing things. I managed to spend time interviewing tremendous educators from all over the world. And this weekend, many of the young men and women I had the pleasure of spending time with are graduating. And I'm pleased to say that the future of education, and in particular Jewish education, in new and trying times, is in great hands. Congratulations to the masters at Hebrew University of Jerusalem. It's among the top 100 universities in the world, home to 8 Nobel Prize winners. School founded by Albert Einstein, Sigmund Freud, Martin Buber, Chaim Weizmann, and some of the greatest minds of 100 years ago. Good luck with your futures, and I'm proud to have spent some time and studied with you all. Now, I hope it was a great summer solstice change of season for all of you last week. Now, the 4 magical dates in the year all herald amazing things. For us, traditionally, summer heralds vacation time, time off, which we have had, time together, which we have had. But somehow these last few months not quite seem like a vacation. And that change of season date, midsummer, the summer solstice, marks the longest day of the year. So the days have now started actually getting shorter. So slight right now you might not even notice. But we do notice the odd things that seem to be the new normal. Sometimes things just seem a little out of order. Instead of hello and goodbye, we say, stay safe, we're in this together. But if you're walking down the street, people run to the other side. Perhaps we're not so together. And we restrict our closest group to no more than 5, or is it 10 this week? It changes too much. There's something happening here, and fear is becoming the dominant feeling again, and we have to always fight fear. There's battle lines being drawn. Nobody's right if everybody's wrong. Young people speaking their minds, getting so much resistance from behind. I think it's time to stop. Hey, what's that saying? Everybody look what's going down. Well, you don't have to look far to see what looks like open rebellion everywhere. Some people don't like some things and they want to see a change. And we're going to read the same thing this week when we read Korah, the story of a cousin of Moses. But first, let's gather together everybody we know as a like-minded group. The collective consciousness of seekers showing faith and love, a community, a chavura, fellowship, expressing our nature of kindness, compassion, thoughts, feelings, hopes, dreams, and wishes that unites us all in the community house of spirit, Beth Ruach. Sharing and bringing light, keeping fear at bay. So once again, please do go ahead. Invite everybody you know, physically, psychically, digitally, emotionally, spiritually, to come gather and share from Psalm 133, the Hine Matov. Hine. Shevet Davim Gad. Hine Matov. Shevet Davim Gad. How good, how pleasant it is for brothers and sisters together. Community, 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 together. Let's all spread love, goodwill, and fellowship to the world together. Remember, friends, this is your setting aside just a little bit of sacred time in your own personal sacred space to honor and converse with whoever, whatever you happen to believe in. We all believe in something. It's a part of your kavanah, your intention that you put out to the universe. It is your goodwill. Let's take some time now to send some of that goodwill, some light and some healing out to whoever you know that needs it. The world needs it. Healing and renewal for everybody. Floats through space, finding those in need. So send it out for those you know and for the souls and spirits of everybody you love. So think of whoever that needs healing and renewal and love, or just plain goodwill, and we all need goodwill. Focus on them. Call their names. It's not just for people. It is for our pets. It is for the earth. It is the healing of the world the tikkun olam that's part of our spiritual genetic makeup. Let's send thoughts and energy for health and renewal for everybody in need. For those in our hearts and our minds, friends, for Dan and Bob, for Gloria and Rick, for Esther, for Karen, for the bee. Friends, it is the kindness, the healing wishes, goodwill, and love we all send out. It just circles the world finding those in need. So thank you, each of you, for all you do, for all you care, because the world is a world of spirit. And spirit, my friends, never dies. Korah. May the source of strength bless the ones before us. Help us find the courage. Make our lives a blessing. The renewal of body, the renewal of spirit. Let us say, Amen. Baruch, let us all have our spirits renewed. This is the great prayer for healing, which we call upon God to heal us as healed before. Baruch, may he be blessed, because all healing is a blessing. Let's all send and receive healing and renewal energy in our efforts to love, to share, to care, to grow. So this week we're reading about open rebellion in the Torah. Now it's believed Moses and Aaron have too much power, so some people want to change it. Remember, these people have been free for a very short period of time. They have no laws or systems. They're a foundling nation. Within a month of being set free, received the commandments of God via the Great Epiphany, the rules on how to treat all life. But they're experiencing great growing pains. They're cared for by God every single day, during which they have complained incessantly. Now they want to see changes take place at the top. You say you want a revolution. Well, you know, we all want to change the world. You tell me that it's evolution. Well, you know, we all want to change the world. But wait, you talk about destruction. Don't you know that you can count me out? Destruction's not a solution, my friends. It never was. It never will be. We all want to see change in our lives. Progress to a more harmonious life. That's been going on forever. This is simply an early indication of rebellion and change. But what sometimes is confusing for people is there's actually two rebellions that are taking place here. One against the political structure, and the rebellion against the power of Moses. One against the religious structure, which is against Aaron. And we see some great tests take place. And we see the miracle of the staff and what it comes to represent, like the Christmas staff in Glastonbury. But of course, Aaron's staff and the Glastonbury thorn are believed to be from the same type of tree, which was used to make the crown of thorns for Jesus. It's one of those great stories that perpetuates the tale of the Holy Grail. So let's look at our rebellions. Moses' cousin Korah. And because he's a cousin, well, that tells us he's a Levite. Well, he heads a group of 250 princes and chieftains of the people in a confrontation with Moses and Aaron. Numbers 16:3. And they assembled against Moses and against Aaron and said to them, "You have too much." Because all of the congregation, all of them, are holy, and God's among them. Well, why do you raise yourselves up over the Lord's community? Well, you know what? He's right. We were told all the people are holy. Right? It's a legitimate complaint. So why should these two have all the power? Now, it's not met with an explanation as to why. Instead, Moses tells them, Numbers 16:5, "In the morning, the Lord will make known who is his and who is holy, and he will bring him close to him, and he will bring the one he chooses close to him. Do this, take incense burners." Korah and all his congregation will put fire in them and set incense on them in front of the Lord tomorrow. And it will be that the man whom God will choose, he will be the Holy One. So Moses sets up this test where God's going to make the decision. Now, this is, because it's Levi, it's the house of priests. So this one is really the Aaron issue. And the 10th is incense burning, which happens to be a major priestly function. So we all know this is the challenge of the priesthood taking place. But going on at the same time is this challenge of the political leadership, which is led by Dathan, a son of Reuben. That's the Edward G. Robinson guy from the Ten Commandments. Numbers 16:13. Is it a small thing that you brought us up from a land flowing with milk and honey to kill us in the wilderness, that you lord it over us as well? See, Dathan accuses Moses of being a deceiver. This is a battle for leadership, which is to say, it's a political battle, which means this is a battle for power. There's two different places for the confrontation and two different modes of destruction. There's a consuming fire that engulfs the Levites, while the Reubenites are swallowed up by the earth. Now, perhaps this odd weaving together of the two rebellions was intended to suggest that political and religious power are inseparable. God incinerates the incense burners as he did Nadab and Abihu, who also brought incense and fire. Numbers 16:35. And the fire had gone out from the Lord and consumed 250 people offering the incense. And God opens the ground to swallow Dathan's followers. It's not an earthquake. The ground literally opens, swallows the offenders, and shuts again. Numbers 16:32. And the earth opened its mouth and swallowed them and their households and all the people who were with Korah and all the property. They went down, they and all that they had, alive to Sheol. And the earth covered them over, and they perished from among the community. Now, Sheol is the underworld. Now, you may have noticed that the book of Numbers is really a series of variations on a theme. The people complain. God provides. God demonstrates his power, but they don't get it. The world of miracles is perhaps just too much for these people, so much so they don't realize what they have. If you have a miracle every day, you don't even pay attention after a while. And so the people want to exercise their own rights to have new leaders. No objectives, just change. And a new test of leadership is set. But this is a test that will combine priestly and political spheres and therefore have far-reaching ramifications. Numbers 17:16. The Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Speak to the children of Israel and take from them a staff for each father's house. From all their chieftains by their father's house, 12 staffs. You shall write each man's name on his staff, and you shall write Aaron's name on the staff of Levi, because there shall be one staff for the head of their father's house. And you shall leave them in the tent of meeting in front of the testimony where I shall meet with you, and it will be that the man I shall choose, his staff will bloom. Well, once again, it's God who's going to be making the choice, not the people. Well, guess whose staff bloomed? It was the next day. And Moses came to the tent of the testimony, and here Aaron's staff of the house of Levi had bloomed. And it brought out a bloom, and it made a blossom, and it produced almonds. The Lord said to Moses, Put back Aaron's staff in front of the testimony for watching over, for a sign to rebels. And you'll end their complaints against me so they won't die. Well, this is actually one of those incredible lines that you don't realize is so incredible, but you will. That staff becomes the crook and flail of Israel and will be brought out in the future, and we've now had a unification of the priest and the political. Yes, the world is sacred. So is everything in it. Express your gratitude. Light a candle, my friends. Make a wish. Celebrate your life and the lives of those you love. Share your feelings with them. Live free. Be free. Honor your freedom. Be well, be happy, and be blessed. Share and honor the light, and all who live in the light and continue to shine. Continue to send everybody you know goodwill and love. Pray for peace and freedom for everyone, and end to terror and hatred. Remember, friends, we're a community. We learn together. We celebrate each other. We love each other. We share this right together, men and women equally. So let's send out love, not fear. Send out peace, harmony, goodwill, and healing to all who need it. And please do learn to forgive and learn to love, including yourself. Open your hearts. Honor the relationships of your life. Tell those you love that you love them. Take advantage of the time you have. Enjoy the journey, because we take the twists and turns and the patterns that weave through the fabric of our lives in our effort to grow, to learn, to be, to love. So please do love. Now bless you all. Have a fantastic week, a week of love and light, a week of peace, a week of miracles. Examine your intentions and use them to imprint your will on the universe. Remember, we set in motion all that happens in our lives. our intention, our kavanah, our cause, our effect, everything is linked. As I've said, you always have time to forgive and to be forgiven because you have the knowledge of what's good and bad. So acknowledge what you've done wrong to yourself, to God, and to any person you've wronged. Ask forgiveness. But do so with sincerity, accountability, and vulnerability. Forgive those who've hurt you as you learn to be forgiving and compassionate. Because the secret of forgiveness, my friends, the secret of compassion, the secret of peace, is all in acceptance. Can you accept yourself, other people in the world just as they are? Can you accept life as it is without trying to control it? If you do, you can experience the peace that acceptance brings. So do not stop your journey. Do not stop moving towards your promised land, your home. Keep on dreaming, keep on being, keep sharing, keep shining, keep teaching. Keep spreading joy and goodwill. Do not follow fear. Follow love. It's always in front of you. And remember to have faith and unwavering adherence to principle, just as I have faith, the principle of love, and in all of you. Act with purity of heart and mind. Despise none, defraud none, hate none. Cherish all. Honor every child of God, every creature of the earth. May all people know peace in the ear, and may you nurture kindness and love everywhere you go. And work to be present in the body. Expand your heart, quiet your mind, because the deepest source of real power lies in consciousness and your ability to be mindful, to be aware, to be present in all of life's circumstances. Make the most of your time in this life. Continue to touch and transform the lives around you because you're never alone. You're forever blessed and have the ability to bring blessings to everybody you meet. Health, love, and renewal to everybody you come across. We're all energy, and energy cannot be destroyed. It can only be transformed. Your words are your power to transform, to love, to bless, so be generous. Bless others and bless yourself and love with the heart, because we're all part of a greater whole. Embrace love, not fear, forgiveness, not anger. Be there for someone, because someone will always be there for you, whether you know it or not. And continue to explore faith and belief and what they mean to you. And never accept shame as a natural state. Whatever you feel others have felt, whatever you've experienced, others have too. We share together, we learn together, we help each other. We are each of us trying to find love and acceptance and support we all have or could have. It's special someone in our lives. So find them. Tell them what they mean, and remember, you're never alone on your journey to your promised land. Watch your words. They can hurt you, but they can heal you. They can imprison you, but they will free you. And keep forgiving those you need to forgive. And keep asking forgiveness from those you need to ask forgiveness of. Listen to the voice of God as he, she, it talks to you. Talks to you now, talked to you long ago on the mountain, telling you how easy the mystery of life really is. You may not be satisfied always, but live life the way you want, keeping those 10 little rules in mind. Well, every so often, you too might want a revolution. Overall, you will find you're quite happy. You can affect change most of the time. Most of the time. I'm halfway content most of the time. I know exactly where it all went. I don't cheat on myself. I don't run and hide from the feelings that are buried inside. I don't compromise. I don't pretend. I don't even care if I ever see you again. Most of the time. Thank you for joining me, my friends. You're all great leaders. You're all great teachers. So teach by example. Be thankful, be gracious, be kind, be loving. Get out and enjoy the summer. And I will see you all soon. Shabbat shalom and blessings to you all. And congratulations again to all the grads of this year. Take care. Bye.